2009. I was 20 years old. I was packing a bag and I was running away. From control, from divorce, from blended families. I was off to Madrid to start a new life for myself where no one knew me and I could start all over. At least that's how I imagined it. I was really a junior in college, transferring to a new university, St. Louis University, here in Madrid. Although I thought I was running away from everyone else, I was really running away from myself. But my bags were packed, and I flew to Madrid. My time here has been packed with activities and has flown by. An integral part of my new identity is that I became a teacher. At the time, I started teaching because I needed money, and teaching opportunities were available and made sense. I think a lot of people start jobs because of opportunities that make sense at one time or another. The years go by, 9 years in my case, and without much thought or planning, I reinvented who I was. I'm still a teacher today, because here in Madrid, I've always been a teacher. How could I be anything else? Do you know those mornings when you wake up and it feels like there's this ton of bricks all over you? You don't want to get up, not because you're tired, but because you absolutely hate the idea of everything you have to go and do that day. Do you know that feeling? Well, about a year ago, there was a time when every morning felt this way to me. So I took some time to reflect, not on what was making me unhappy, but on what changes would make me happy. I want to wake up every morning and feel excited about everything I have to do that day. Well, I shared this idea with a friend over coffee, and she says to me, "Yeah, I need a vacation too." And I said, no, that's not what I'm talking about. What I meant is, every day, I want to do activities that serve other people, and I want to enjoy the service. Does that still sound too much like a vacation? But the well-meaning advice from others continued to be, "Katherine, you're a teacher. Teachers are good. We need teachers. There are many opportunities for teaching. Be a teacher." I was conflicted. It's the type of decision that we all face from time to time. Collecting advice from those more experienced than us is always valuable. But we are the ones who are responsible for our own decisions and happiness. I decided I appreciate this advice, but I reserve the right to make decisions about my life. I want to wake up and do activities every day that I enjoy and that make a difference to other people. And I'm going to find a way to do that. Last June, I took some time and listed out activities that brought me joy and how I might be able to use them professionally. My mind went almost immediately to the part of my life that I had spent years trying to escape. 9 years earlier, I had come to Madrid after carefully selecting what to pack in my bag and what to leave behind. My mind quickly identified an activity, but it was buried in the baggage that I had tried to run away from, and never realized that I had brought with me anyway. That activity for me was competitive speaking and acting. I did this in high school. And the memory of this activity was wrapped in negativity. And this negativity told me, "Katherine, you should feel embarrassed for even thinking about this right now. You should feel ashamed of yourself for missing an activity that you did when you were a teenager. You didn't study performing arts in university, Katherine. That's a good thing, because you never would have made it. You loved speaking, but neither your parents nor your teachers encouraged you to continue with it because you were never any good at it anyway. Be a teacher. Last June, as I again listened to those voices, I realized for the first time, blech, none of this is even true. I loved speaking and acting, and I miss it. And even though I'll never recreate the past, I'm going to find new ways to use these skills. And I'm not ashamed of that. I'm proud of that. And as for my parents and for my teachers, that is the most distorted depiction of their attitude toward me that I have ever heard. How could I have spent my whole adult life believing this? But that's what running away does. It blames everyone else for your decisions. Last June, I made a point of tossing out that old baggage because I did not need it anymore. I revisited that memory and even gave myself permission to take it with me. Over the last 9 months, I have found ways to combine speaking and acting with the new version of myself that I have worked so hard to create here in Madrid. And now when I wake up in the morning, there are a lot of things on my to-do list that I feel excited about doing. So, no matter who we are, or what we do, or where we are in life, we will be faced with inner conflict, lack of direction, or maybe even complete disenchantment with whatever we're doing in life. And those moments are alarms, telling us that we need to take the time to invest in ourselves. What does that even mean? It means looking back into the not-so-nice parts of our lives, finding something that can serve us now and leveraging it to move forward in our current lives today. To do this, take these 2 steps. The first step is to acknowledge. We all have bags and things that we wear to construct our outward identity to the world. But we also have this baggage that we carry around with us, whether we like it or not. In fact, we even try to leave it places, right? Maybe in the attic, or the basement, or the storage room, often at our parents' house. There among the boxes of Christmas decorations and old school projects and childhood possessions. We just try to forget it all. But even as we board the plane and head off to new destinations in our lives, some of those boxes and bags just find their way into the overhead compartment or just under the seat in front of us. And they follow us to wherever we're going. You can't run away from that baggage because it's part of you. And you can't run away from yourself. I tried. Cross the ocean if you want. It makes no difference. So step 1, empower yourself and acknowledge that baggage because you cannot abandon it. And step 2 is to accept. Accept that when we feel a void, very often there is something from our past that can help us. So picture yourself there in the closet, in the storage room, and take down a box. And you open it up, and you have to rummage around in it at first until you finally find a memory that can serve you. No doubt, it will be encrusted in negativity. Mine are. And it will take strength, it will take courage, it will take a real desire for real change. But if you are ready to contribute to the world in ways that only you can, I challenge you to silence those voices that keep you small and release those memories that can serve you now. This is the way to move forward. Acknowledge and accept. So, some of you might be thinking, no way. Are you kidding me right now? I've spent so much time and so much effort distancing myself from my past. Do you have any idea the amount of energy that I have invested escaping certain aspects of who I once was? Well, I'm not you. But I've done it too. So have an idea. Every time you go back to those boxes, you salvage a memory and you free it from its negative tomb. You will know yourself just a little bit better. You will have a new tool to use in your current life. And most importantly, you will be more experienced and more prepared to better serve other people. As for me, what can I say? Without a doubt, accessing my memory of speaking and acting has been the key to the next step in my life. It has given me a new sense of purpose, motivation, and direction in my life every day. Every day. It has given me new relationships with people, both personal and professional, who share my beliefs and share my values. And what's more, it has been the inspiration behind the launch of my business as a communications coach. I'm still a teacher. But I'm now teaching in a way that I have purposefully and thoughtfully chosen for myself. And this is the difference. So, that's the example of my experience. What about you? Have you ever felt conflicted or maybe even completely fallen out of love with whatever you're doing in life? Would you like to serve others and enjoy doing it? Please, consider looking back to move forward. Picture yourself there with your boxes and your bags all around you. What have you been trying to escape or forget? How can remembering it inform you about the work that you are meant to do in the world? Acknowledge and accept to move forward. Thank you. Goodbye.